This is the 6-5 and 7-7 review. Calculators are allowed on this one, and we are looking for trapezoidal approximations on, it looks like, uneven intervals. So if I want to approximate that 1 to 7 accumulation using a trapezoidal, normally I would do a b minus a divided by the number of subintervals, but that's only if the delta t or the delta x is the same for each interval. And if you look here, it's not the same. My first delta x is a 2, then it's a 3, then it's a 1. So what that means is I'm going to have to do each subinterval separately. So I will have a 1/2 times the delta x of the first one, which is 2, times its height plus its height. That's my first trapezoid. Comes from these 2 points. My next one would be a 1/2 times 3 times its 2 bases. And last, I'll have a 1/2 times a 1 times its 2 bases. Multiply all that out, and we'll get 210. We do the same thing on part B. Notice again I've got differently spaced intervals, so I have to do each integral, or excuse me, each subinterval or each trapezoid separately. I can't factor that delta x out. So I'll have a 1/2 times a 3 times the sum of its bases. Trapezoid 1. Trapezoid 2 is a 1/2 times a 2 times the sum of its bases. And my last one is a 1/2 times a 2 times the sum of its bases. Multiply that all out on your calculator. I'll trust you can put it in, and you will get 400. Last, same process. That integral from 1 to 7 is, by the way, these should all be approximations, not equals. Should have done that. So this one is going to be approximated by 1/2 times 3 times that 3 plus 5 plus 1/2 times 1 times 5 plus 1 plus 1/2 times 2 times 1 plus 4. Put that all together, and we end up with 20.